home ownership and the racial wealth gap through documenting stories of Black land loss. The archive will help demonstrate the magnitude of what Black families have lost and will continue the national dialogue to encourage paths to restitution, rebuilding, and healing. Support the Black Land Loss Narrative Archive Project by visiting www.blacklandloss.org or by donating at www.blacklandloss.org/donate. Spread the word to inspire awareness, activism, leadership, and change. And join us in making a lasting impact. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Women, or moms, basically, pass down this sort of unintentionally, this collective injury from being female in our society. What they experienced, the indignities, the abuse, the marginalization, whatever that may be. So that makes sense to me, right? I think that there are many things that our mothers and fathers hand down to us, sometimes as unopened packages, and as something that it's not what you would want to do, right? It's not intentional. It's just the way it is. I'm more interested in the psychological view of the mother wound, which is basically mothers who cannot and did not treat their children with love and compassion. And I believe that that is way more common than people who have narcissistic personality disorders. So moving into what does this actually look like? This is your mother not being emotionally attuned to you as an infant. So this could be because they were negligent, they weren't there. This could be because maybe you were in an incubator early in your life and she couldn't have access to you. But how we know what this is, or, there's this whole thing about attachment style and attachment theory that is connected to this whole thing about the mother wound. Because if we look at the whole thing with attachment, right? So this is first basically theorized by John Bowlby, but then there were many other therapists along the way who basically expanded on the work that he did, basically saying that the first person we have a relationship with in the world is our mother. So what happens? How do we see ourselves? How does our sense of self get developed? Well, it's really about how a mom mirrors a child. How consistently does that parent mirror the child? So when you do mirror, now think about it, when you see a little child, when you see a 1-year-old or an 8-month-old, mostly you'd lean down. If they yawn, we almost mimic them, right? Think about it. Or if they're sad, we're like, oh, honey, why? They're sad. Our face gets sad. We're mirroring them. This is their first internal representation of themselves, is from the mother. But if the mother is mean or mad, or is mad because the child is crying, or negligent, what happens? Well, now you have this inconsistency in your relationship with yourself, basically. There's an inconsistency with your self-identity, which is really the most important part of this, is how do you see yourself? Right? How do you see yourself? Well, if it's from a compassionate mother's point of view, then you can see yourself with compassion. Right? If it's from a mother who is inconsistent, there are all these different attachment things that happen when we have a mother who could not or would not mirror and nurture, who was not attuned to the child in the infancy stage. So there are different things that can happen. Now, the best way of being attached, if we're talking about attachment theory, is being securely attached. So that means that you had a parent who was attuned to your needs. Doesn't mean that they gave you every single thing you wanted, or, touched you every time you cried, but there was someone who was consistently attuned to what was going on with you. If you needed your diaper changed, if you were hungry, if you needed something. This creates a secure attachment, right? Because when the child was in need, their experience in the world is that someone is there and cares. So if you're in pain.
Listen, I could listen to Terry Cole all day long. She's on complete fire. I'm listening and hearing what she's saying as you're hearing it. I haven't pre-screened these clips. And I love doing that because, it fuels me to just not know. I don't want to know. I want to be learning right when you learn, because I'm picking up things on the fly. I need that spontaneity. This is a collective movement here on the Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. A collective movement. If we're not doing it together, we're not doing it at all. This is a dialogue where we share our thoughts and our ideas about these complex topics that I am bringing to the table. These are very complex ideas, and you can't digest them all in a 2-hour span. But if we work together, if we speak together, we're going to be able to inspire one another to think past whatever traumatic situation we were brought up in, which leads us to the topic tonight. And Terry Cole laid it flat. In 2019, I released my 4th book. It's called The Holographic Relationship. And I was taken by physics at the time, blown away by discoveries in physics. And one of the ideas that was floating around, because of a philosopher, his name escapes me right now, a philosopher, I think out of Harvard, who basically said, hey, the world we live in is a simulation. It's holographic. And in the 90s, it's his work, I think his name is Nick. His name is coming to me slowly. I'm old. Be patient with me. Ballstrom. Nick Ballstrom, right? I think that's his name. Again, his work reminded me of Michael M. Talbot's work. And his book came out in the 90s, in the early to mid 90s. His book was called The Holographic Universe. Now, What's very interesting about the holographic universe is being repackaged as epigenetics above the genes, or or intergenerational trauma. Now, the concept of the hologram is really simple. If you take holographic film and you use this contraption, lasers, lights, mirrors, and you hit a three-dimensional object, and the light from that object, from the laser hitting it, is reflected onto holographic film, what you'll see on the holographic film is a bunch of concentric circles, almost as if, almost like when you throw a handful of pebbles in a pond, you'll see concentric circles. It creates an interference pattern, much like we see at the subatomic level with electrons in the probability state, not in its collapsed state, right? After being observed, you see a probability wave. So these are concentric waves, they're interference patterns clashing into each other, right? What's very interesting about that, when you take a light source, a flashlight, anything, a light source, and you flash it onto the holographic film, what you'll then see, even though the laser only hit one part of the object, say the object is a cup, like my tea cup here, or an apple, when you flash the light onto it, what you'll see is a three-dimensional image of the apple. The whole story, the whole image is there, right? Another interesting facet of holography. If you take the holographic film and you chop it into 1 billion pieces, you grab one sliver of that holographic film and you shine a light in it, wow, the entire image appears. Which means the image is what scientists call non-local. Do you know generational trauma is non-local? It may have happened to a grandmother a long time ago. It may have happened to an auntie something. It's passed down. It's passed down. God is a genius. When he created relationships, we turned them into vacation spots. But what they actually are the self-crucible. This is when you come into contact with who you are and where you came from and what needs to be reconciled through you. You can stop a generational curse by acknowledging it, by embracing it, by loving on it, by empathizing with it. But the reason why it gets passed down is the same thing that Carl Jung says. When it's time to look at self, we're shutting it down. We shut self down because that's one mirror that frightens us. So when we're hearing these stories, oh, epigenetics, well, that's holographic. The trauma is non-local. The trauma is being passed down. Here's an article that actually set up our topic for today, right? This article set up our topic. Why your number of romantic partners mirrors your mother. This is our topic tonight. This is an Ohio State University research paper. A new national study out of Ohio State University shows that people whose mothers had multiple partners, married or cohabitating, often follows the same path. That's holographic. The whole story is still there. Are you listening? 1-800-920-1580. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Our results results suggest that mothers may pass on personality traits and relationship skills that make their children more or less likely to form stable relationships. Her relationship is encoded in, boy, Listen, our results suggest that mothers may have certain characteristics that make them more or less desirable on the marriage market and better or worse at relationships, said Claire Camp Dus, like crush, like Kush, D-U-S-H. Lead author of the study and associate professor of human sciences at the Ohio State University. Children inherit and learn those skills and behaviors and may take them into their adult relationships. The study was published November 13th, 2018 in, I think it's called PLOS ONE. While a lot of research has found that children of divorce are also more likely to divorce, this new study broadens the picture, right? Oh my God. It's not just divorce now, right? It's not just divorce now. Many children are seeing their parents divorce, start new cohabitating relationships, and have those as well. They follow the pattern of mama and them. I'm not making this up. Tonight's topic, the mother mirror. An enthralling look at why your number of romantic partners mirrors your mother. Oh, Christ. This is heavy. Studies show black daughters of absent mothers have 34% lower oxytocin, proof of Queen Afua's womb betrayal legacy. Eesh, my gosh. Are y'all ready? Christianity's vagina dentata. How purity culture, right, genitally mutilates women into trad wife sex zombies. Does evangelical modesty doctrine, al-Surduf, shrink clitoral neural maps by 22%, addicting women to B.F. Skinner's orgasm as a reward for submission? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Let's go. Insight. Purity pledgers report 41% less sexual satisfaction. That's Carl Rogers' work. Conditions of worth weaponized as gynecological warfare. Oh, God. Are you ready for tonight's topic? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready. What has been passed down to you with regards to your relationships and your sex life from your unhealed mother? We'll talk more when we come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less, of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
As we go a little something like this.
Hey, it is me, D.L. Hughley, and I am thrilled to be heard weekdays in my hometown on KBLA Talk 1580. So check out the D.L. Hughley Afternoon Show weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a whole lot to talk about, let me tell you. That's for the real.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it, there's no way I can pay you back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Dear mama.
Fucked up. All mothers fuck up. I fuck up a parent, right? And I hate how being a mother is like an archetype, right? And how it's been put on this pedestal. And really it's like a dehumanization, right? It's like, oh, she knows everything. She needs nothing. She has all the answers. She fixes everything. It's like she is the God of all things, right? And the fact that that might not be true then becomes like, well, who am I? What is my value? Where did I come from? What is the point of all of this? Was it all a lie? And the job here on this earth, as far as I'm concerned, is discovering who you are and defining that for yourself through your experiences. But you can't really do that if you are still feeling ashamed that your mother isn't the person you hoped she'd be or wanted her to be. Right? And this expectation that she, even if you think she is that, she's not, because she's a human being. She shouldn't be. Like, no mother should be walking around and somebody looking at her like she's perfect. As a child, yes. But as you grow into an adult, if you are not able to see her as a whole human being, you don't really see her. You don't really know her. She is just a tool that you prop your...
Man, if you can't see your significant other, man or woman, if you're a woman looking at your man and you can't see the whole human being of him, if you're a woman, if you're a man and you're looking at your woman and you can't see the complete human, the good side and the bad side, listen, go back to mom. Go back to mother. Dr. Delana Zimmerman, she's been on this show many times, and she said, brother, there is no father wound. There is only a mother wound, because even your daddy came from a womb. There's only one wound. And she said, it's the mother wound. She said, all wounds leads back to mom. Now, some clinicians might not agree with her take on that. Do maternal love bombs methylate boys' serotonin transporters, addicting them to intermittent reinforcement, B.F. Skinner, in future abusive relationships? Well, what did you just say, Zoe? That was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. If your mama love bombed you, you were in an intermittent reinforcement relationship with your mother. And if that's the kind of love she gave you, that's the kind of love you're going to give, and that's the kind of love you're going to attract, because you have yet to reconcile that. Do you understand? Sons of narcissistic mothers show 29% fewer oxytocin receptors. David Deida's feminine fuel dependency as biochemical Stockholm syndrome. I need a woman's fuel, right, to make me feel real, or to make me feel like a man. I'm not a man unless she needs me. Boy, you need you more than you need her to need you. Uh-oh. 1-800-920-1580. Come on, let's go. The middle passage womb. How enslaved mothers' cortisol cursed black love for millennia. Did pregnant, enslaved women did their women's stress hormones alter fetal glucotroid receptors, programming descendants to conflate Eric Fromm's sadomasochism with intimacy? I would say yes. I would say yes. When we come forward, guess who's going to the phone line? Guess who's going to ask more questions? Guess who's going to unpack this? Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Get at me.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know with BIN News. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams failed to qualify for matching campaign funds due to legal issues and unresolved expenses. 4 candidates, including Brad Lander and Scott Stringer, secured funding, while Andrew Cuomo is expected to qualify next round. Severe storms killed at least 42 people across the South and Midwest, hitting black communities in Alabama and Louisiana. Missouri saw the most deaths, while the storm also impacted the Northeast and triggered winter warnings in the West. Black Congressman Maxwell Frost joins Florida Democrats to fight Medicaid cuts, highlighting the state's refusal to expand coverage. Many elderly residents struggle with nursing home costs exceeding $100,000 annually. And Lisa Young Alston, daughter of Black civil rights leader Andrew Young, has passed at 93. Her family and Black Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens expressed gratitude for the community's support. Her cause of death is unknown. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Stories are power. The Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project is an effort to collect, preserve, and amplify stories of Black land loss. It will form an invaluable resource for scholars, authors, historians, educators, storytellers, policymakers, and change agents who wrestle with issues of restitution, reparations, racial inequality in home ownership, and the racial wealth gap. Through documenting stories of Black land loss, The archive will help demonstrate the magnitude of what black families have lost and will continue the national dialogue to encourage paths to restitution, rebuilding, and healing. Support the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project by visiting www.blacklandlost.org or by donating at www.blacklandlost.org/donate. Spread the word to inspire awareness, activism, leadership, and change. And join us in making a lasting impact. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
The Eaton Canyon fire devastated many black families in Altadena, taking more than just homes. It took memories, legacies, and generational wealth. The heart of a black community is now in jeopardy, but Justice Coalition, led by Gage and King LA Lawyers for the People, are here to help. If you've lost your home, we are standing by to hold insurance companies and utilities accountable for the damage caused. When the community suffers, we all suffer. Together, we can rebuild what was lost. Your recovery starts today. Call 626-429-1259. That's 626-429-1259. Or visit www.eatonfirelawyers.net. Justice Coalition, Gage and King, LA Lawyers for the People. We got you. Call 626-429-1259. Visit www.eatonfirelawyers.net. Again, 626-429-1259. This is attorney advertising. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes. Legal representation is provided by licensed attorneys.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail, and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
You may love your dog, but the dog is your slave. Apart from animals and buildings and books and poetry and the love of the land, do you love anybody? Which means not asking anything in return, right? Just listen, sir. Find out. Not asking anything from that person you love. Not dependent on that person at all. Because if you are dependent, then fear begins. Jealousy, anxiety, hatred, anger.
I'm sorry, man. Krishnamurti be cooking with the rarest grease. This is why love is an illusion for many of you. And not only is it an illusion, it's an attack. It's not what you're used to. Where there's love, where there's codependency, there's fear. Where there's fear, there's attachment. We have mislabeled attachment as love. Attachment is not love. Right? This is why one of the biggest, if you leave me, what would I do? Right? Do you see how relationships are actually inverted? Love is unconditional freedom. If you have love, you need nothing from your partner. If your partner is defined by what they do for you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be a user, a manipulator, and you're going to be getting your orders from your unhealed wounds. Listen to the Middle Age passage womb. How enslaved mothers' cortisol cursed black love for millennia. Did pregnant enslaved women's stress hormones alter fetal glucocorticoid receptors, programming descendants to conflate Eric Fromm's sadomasochism with intimacy? Are you listening? Black couples today exhibit 37% higher relationship cortisol, which verifies Queen Afua's epigenetic grief loop. Do you understand? I don't know if you guys understand what's happening here. We go through relationships so we can do a generational audit of spirit. Once you do the generational audit of spirit, you can get neutral with self. You can't be neutral with self if you have the holographic image, the epigenetics of your generation's lineage. Do you see? I want you guys to go read this article. Why your mother or why your number of romantic partners mirrors your mother's. www.aau.edu, Association of American Universities. This study was put out in 2018. It's from The Ohio State University. How your mother dealt with it is how you're going to deal with it. Listen, you're going to choose what she chose. And more importantly, the question, it gets even deeper. Are you choosing what she chose so you can break her cycle? Because your cycle and her cycle are concurrently running. She passed the baton to you so you could either win the race or continue running it. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Black matriarchies lie. How single mothers genetically engineer sons for prison. Question: does fatherless black motherhood mutate MAOA warrior genes, priming sons for carceral systems replicating maternal abandonment? Jeez. Insight: 65% of incarcerated black men had emotionally distant mothers. Lipton's epigenetics as state-sponsored genocide. Black matriarchal betrayal. It's generational. How she dealt with relationships. It's like primers for you. Are you guys ready? Let's get these callers in here. JW, South Central Los Angeles. JW, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, my brother, you know how I get down. I'm always going to connect you with society as well as slavery and how we've been conditioned. And it amazes me that conditioning and then mirroring or viewing how your mom raised you, you see yourself in her, and then you emulate that, and that takes the physical or I guess you would call it physical or some type of gene type of influence which moves you or drives you or, make you be who you are self-consciously. You may not be aware of it. And that's a cold piece of work. It's like we've been on autopilot and trained and conditioned and just brainwashed. And that's just my point of view. But it's a cold piece of work how the scientists are showing, with facts and using the physical aspect, the psychological and the spiritual aspect, and this learning by example. Because when you see your parents and you learn by example, because you see what they do and you mirror them, this is what you're used to and that's your norm, and then that's you conditioning. And some people love to be with someone with like their mom because their mom might represent something that was virtue and all the other positive aspects, and et cetera. And then some people might see their moms, like I have step brothers and sisters, their mother was a cold piece of work. And I'm going to leave it at that. But the thing is, they all left early, when they were very young, because she was just, I thought it was just me. But I learned after, communicating with them that she was just a cold piece of work. But the point is, you got two types of moms or different types of people with different experiences. So, that's how people are. And, whatever it is, you can be abandoned or just, not nurtured or whatever. So it's just life, man. We got to learn how to accept each other. And
That's
grow
right. That's
Okay.
right. Brother,
So
I
I'm gonna leave it
appreciate
at
you,
that,
man. I appreciate you. You know that. I do. Hey, what did you just do, my friend?
Oh, brought South Central in the house.
South
You
Central
know I
is
get
in the
down.
house. My brother, we appreciate you, man, when we come forward. We're going back to the phone lines. We got callers. Nashville, Tennessee is up next.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Yeah.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby.
Shake it. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know. You know very well.
Mothers are the first female figures boys connect with when they enter this world.
This is why setting good examples and demonstrating love and support is crucial right from the very start. But what about those who don't have such a great upbringing from their mothers? What are the harmful effects on them? Here are 6 types of unhealthy mother-son relationships. Number 1. Mama's boy. A close mother-son relationship is important, but how close is too close? When a mother oversteps her son's boundaries, makes all the decisions for him, and forces him to be by her side at all times, it leaves him very little room to grow independent as he gets older. In fact, his mother may work harder to make him feel guilty if he doesn't stay in touch with her constantly. The son is often empathetic, kind-hearted, and giving, but his mother often takes advantage of him because of that. As he gets older, he may quietly or openly resent her and start to retaliate in order to establish freedom for himself. Number 2. Mother and lover. If a mother lost her husband or partner unexpectedly, whether from death, divorce, or emotional distance, she might try to replace him with her son by having him play the spouse role. The son will likely feel uncomfortable fulfilling his mother's needs and may resent the father for leaving them or not being more active in their everyday lives. No one should have to bear the burden of carrying on extra responsibilities, especially starting at such a young age. This can harm him both emotionally and psychologically, putting his individuality at risk. Number 3. The absent mother. It can create some serious damage when a mother is absent in her son's life, especially when her son is young. According to Hope Edelman, author of Motherless Daughters, those who grew up without a mother can have trouble forming relationships with others. Sons who grew up without mothers often either blame themselves, believing they did something wrong that caused their mother to leave, or they end up resenting them. It's easier to hold on to anger than nothing at all. Number 4. The boss and subordinate. This type of relationship very much takes on the my way or the highway attitude. The mother is often highly controlling and dominant, forcing her son to follow her every lead. He has little to no say in expressing his sense of self. He will also have difficulty making decisions as he gets older. This can either influence him to depend on others too much, or he'll mirror his mother's actions and take control in situations where he feels valued and heard. Number 5. The hide-and-seek mom. This type of mom is often emotionally distant. Her son has a hard time reaching her when he needs her the most.
My goodness. What aspect of your mother are you mirroring that needs to be reconciled? Tonight's topic, the mother mirror. An enthralling look at why your number of romantic partners mirrors your mother. Yikes. Do you ever notice how your toxic relationships with your family mirrors your personal relationships? Whether they're platonic or romantic? Do they mirror relationships with your parents? True or false? I am sure you have heard people say, right, that you marry your parents, your mom or your dad. Is there some truth to that? True or false? What do you think? 1-800-920-1580. True or false? We continue to interact in intimate partner relationships the way we interacted with our parents without a conscious change of pattern, that is. True or false? Do you agree? Do you understand what I'm saying? You mirrored toxic people, but you went out into the world and you judged other people as unworthy. Listen to what I'm saying. Did you do that? Maybe you guys made a little bit more money. Maybe everybody was a little bit more stable, right? But see, stability is judged by societal standards. Maybe they had a position in the world that was respected, right? But you were still emotionally neglected. There was a lack of attunement. So you was rich in one way and impoverished in another. And then you carry that into your adult relationships. Are you listening? Is this you? Who am I talking to out there? 1-800-920-1580. Let me get this caller on the line. Herschel, Tennessee, California. Tennessee, that's Nashville, Tennessee. Not Tennessee, yes, California. I'm from Chattanooga. We got the volunteer state in the building. What up, Herschel? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? And thank you so much, man, for all your support. I'm glad you finally called in. Thank you, my good friend. Your thoughts?
Oh, no problem. No problem. So this last week and a half has been triggering in so many ways. and funny in so many ways because, well, actually the last year pretty much of the shows, because it's been so many different things over my lifetime of 40 years, and like relationships and dealing with my past from my mother was like, okay, this is wild, because me, I'm the youngest of 9 but the oldest of 4. My mother always told me that my dad was some other man and that my grandfather was my grandfather. Well, I found out later my grandfather was really my dad and my stepdad was my stepdad. And when I found all that out, I asked my mom, well, who was really my dad? And she told me some other man. So I went and found all these folks and met up with them, gained a relationship, and then turned around and all of it was a lie. And I confronted my mom about it, and she's like, no, this is not true. And when I was younger, my dad told me that I am your dad and I'm not your grandfather. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, cool. Let's keep going. And long story short, over the years, it's like, yeah, I see it. I hear it and witnessed it. And I was like, oh, shit, this is really true. My bad. I'm sorry. And after noticing all of that, I realized in the last couple months, I'm like, dang, a lot of the things that I do in relationships is from that past. And I have to change that because a lot of that torment is not meant for any of these people. And listening to the show has helped dig those dark secrets and traumas out and helped me realize that these had to have been worked on, because these are problems that is stopping me from receiving the blessings that I need to receive.
Let me listen, Herschel. Hold on, man. I hate to interrupt you, bro, but we just got to show you some love. I mean, like, let me just say, man, like, for real, for you to have this kind of story, man, it takes so much courage and strength to be as transparent as you are, because I know there was this sense of who am I? Because when you say who is my father, you're also saying who am I? When you're saying who is my mother, you're also saying who am I? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Man, don't go nowhere, brother. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Herschel from Nashville, Tennessee. When we come forward, more from the Volunteer State.
I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke skunk with my peeps all day. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The Moet and Alizé keep me pissy. Girls used to diss me. Now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing ice and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play toast. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast, condos and